Yo, what's up, traders? So it's November 14th, 2022. It's almost Thanksgiving. Can you guys believe that? Crazy how fast this year has gone by. So I wanted to go over the markets today, take a look at the dollar, take a look at the yen. Really not much has gone on in terms of, not much has gone on. It's been super choppy, but I do think we're going to be shaping up for some big moves and going into turnaround Tuesday, my personal favorite day of the week to trade, tomorrow. So starting out here, we're in Aussie Swiss on a setup that, man, it looked great this morning. You can see we had this nice little push up though going into some drawdown, but really this kind of just boiled down to some choppy market conditions more than anything. So holding this going into Asian session, CAD yen, this is just a really, really good example here of some divergence on the momentum, which is, both of these indicators. This is my strategy. This is what it is that, really helps me to find these momentum-based trades. So now this is a 15-minute time frame. If I go over here to the 1 hour, you can see on these yen pairs, we've had a really, really big breakdown, so I'm expecting, if you go to the hourly here, potentially a move up, potentially a move higher, a deeper pullback to this envelope. We have a potential supply zone right here. So maybe something like this, which would signal a rally in risk. I mean, CAD has been just getting whooped all day long. If you go to Euro CAD, Aussie CAD, looking super bullish. So, but not so much, I would say, in the dollar CAD because of the dollar weakness. So that's something to keep in mind here. But if CAD yen is looking like it might pull back, let's take a look at some of these other yen pairs. We just now rolled over here on EJ. This looks like a really good setup. Now you see this exact same formation here on the momentum. See this divergence. Now, I'm not just trading off a divergence, but what I'm looking for is patterns in the market that just repeat itself. And this is exactly what this pattern right here is, a pattern in the market. A trending, an expansion phase is what I like to call it. This is our GJ trade from last week. I mean, this went 340 pips from our entry, but this is an expansion phase. Now you can see here, this is a really good example though, of where I think we might be positioning ourselves to make a bit of a rally higher before, maybe around to this area right here, before we move lower, right? So that's GJ. Swiss yen is kind of doing its own thing, like it likes to do. We're really just going sideways there, so I would just avoid that altogether. NZD-JPY. This is looking like a really, really great setup off of this envelope here. So, NZD is really holding up. If we get a move on risk, and specifically what I mean by risk is a continuation higher on the indices, right? So we have this clear breakout right here. Looks like we're trying to form a bearish engulfing candle in the 4 hour, but clearly broken out on the 4 hour, hourly. Now, if you go to the daily though, and I was talking about this with Sheldon in the accelerator. What's up, Sheldon? If you see this video today, and we were talking about this little trend line right here, right? So now, how many people though do you think are using this as a target? I mean, it just really is so obvious. So I would be looking for this as a potential target. We were talking about it. I said, I said the exact same thing. This could be a target right here. But what would make the most sense to me is that they drive price gets driven past here. We have a nice little zone right there. And I would look to line this up with Fibonacci level right there, right? So I know I was just getting super in on the camera there, but you know, that's it. So now that's 127% extension, comes in at 45.50 too. So now if we get a rally in risk, so what's that going to mean? Dollar weakness, which would make sense with you know, these breakouts here on GU, EU, I mean, pretty much across the board on the dollar. So maybe a pullback, but then a much, much higher or stronger. You know, this looks like we're just now getting started with the euro here, right? So be on the lookout for some opportunities, maybe potential pullback with the dollar. So what I mean by that is some potential dollar strength, which is going to set us up for some really good opportunities for longs against the dollar, right? So how that would look like on the DXY, just look at this formation here, right? Going right through the middle there. Triangle formation. False breakout typically leads to a breakdown. If you're in the academy, this is in there, this whole strategy of finding false breakouts, which typically lead to a breakdown. And what do we have here? False breakout above, breakdown. This is actually a false breakout too, and then a breakdown. So be on the lookout for some temporary dollar strength, probably coming up to about 109.50 is what I would look for. And then a continuation lower on the dollar, which in turn is going to mean a much, much higher move on Euro USD, GU. And look at dollar Swiss here, right? Dollar Swiss is just free fall mode. So, man, I wish I'd gotten in on that, right? So we were talking about that in the accelerator, and I was talking to with Gabe in the group, but you can't catch them all. But setting up a game plan for the week, how to approach the dollar is going to be your best bet. And I think there's going to be some really, really good opportunities later in the week to get in on these dollar opportunities. Look for a pullback of the dollar. To sum it all up, look for a pullback on the dollar, potential dollar strength momentarily. And then I'm going to be looking for Euro USD longs, GU longs, and some really good opportunities around that. So let's have an awesome week, everybody. Turnaround Tuesday. Tomorrow, we're going to be live trading. And it is almost 2023. Let's get you dialed in. Let's get you crushing it, learning how to perceive the market, and then having a strategy that you know that you have faith in, that you can follow. So, because I know in the academy itself, you've been through that. To all the people that have been, if you haven't, I talk about there's always another trade in terms of trade psychology. But sure, there's always another trade, but if you don't have a system to find the trades, you're going to be like, man, when am I going to find it? How do I find it? How do I know when it's going to come along? How can I be okay passing up a trade to manage my risk and to just play it cool instead of just trading everything and over trading? How do I know when I can pass it, that there'll always be another trade if I'm not following an actual system to show it to me? And that's exactly what I do. It's what I teach the traders in the accelerator. And if you want to learn how to do that, click the link below. We're funding traders with Soul Funding, which is our prop firm. We will fund you in-house up to $1 million and beyond in capital. You can do 100K, 250K, 500K, $1 million. And so say you get a 500K account, and then you pass that, and then you get a $1 million account, or you want to take the test and you're absolute market savage and you pass that, we will combine those accounts for you. And that's just going to be life-changing, right? So if you want to be a part of that, take advantage of it. Make yourself a 3-month goal, 6-month goal, and a 12-month goal. And let's actually start making some moves to make those happen, or else they're never going to happen. It's how goals work. It's how dreams work. I'm not the only person that's talking about them. You hear it if you've ever done any type of introspective work as an entrepreneur or somebody that actually wants to make something happen in your life and do it for yourself, like not working for other people. You have to set these goals for yourself. You have to set these milestones, targets, and then get some help to help you hit those from other people that are doing it. And that can show you the way. This is exactly what I've done. It's exactly what I want to show all you all. It's why I make these videos, and you 100% can do it because I've done it. People in the accelerator are doing it. You can trade live with us, trade with people that are trading over 7 figures of capital, and actually be on there and interact with us. It's an awesome thing to be a part of. Super grateful for all y'all. Let's have an awesome week, everybody. To get started, click the link below and be on the lookout for the dollar this week. Peace.